What is a large language model? A large language model, or LLM, is a type of generative AI system that can process and respond to human language, text, and prompts. The use of AI tools driven by LLMs, such as OpenAI's ChatGPT, Microsoft's Copilot, or Google's Gemini, has increased recently, and there are many benefits that councils can gain from their use. LLMs are trained on huge amounts of data, which allows them to learn the patterns and rules of language. This data comes from many sources, including books, articles, websites, online forums, and code repositories. Using the data they are trained on, large language models work in effect like the predictive text tool you might be familiar with from your phone. When given a prompt, they create a response. This can be surprisingly powerful. For example, an LLM that has been trained on billions of different types of documents may be able to create a convincing first draft of a specific document needed, such as a letter, report, or presentation. Many LLMs can also be used to extract information from documents and summarize or rephrase text. When trained on data in multiple languages, LLMs may also be able to provide credible translations of text. There are several ways local authorities could use large language models. They could be used to summarize long reports. They can be used to generate or edit draft text required for communications, reports, and documents. They can suggest responses to questions when knowledge is being collected or gathered. Residents might also use LLMs to help them in their interactions with the council, such as writing applications or letters. The outputs that large language models generate are very dependent on both the data they are trained on and the phrases you use to guide the AI model's output, known as prompts. Biases in the data used to train a large language model can lead them to generating responses that have explicit or implicit biases, such as racial bias, sexism, ageism, and ableism. With some products, data that you input is stored and may subsequently be used in the ongoing training of the model. So being mindful of the data you select to input is very important, especially when dealing with personal or sensitive data. Familiarise yourself with your council's governing principles surrounding the use of large language models, which might have been adopted or be in development. LLMs are a rapidly developing field and have the potential to change the way councils deliver for their communities. But councils must find ways to demonstrate accountability for their use, including how they have effectively addressed the risks. Has your council identified appropriate uses for LLMs in daily work? What policies guide your team's use of LLM-based tools? How does your council ensure accountability for LLM-generated content? Who in your team would be responsible for reviewing LLM outputs?